The National Lottery has just pulled the plug on some classic games. But with jackpots still to be won, can these old friends give us one last win before they disappear for good? Well, let's find out, starting with the £100 loaded. We're looking for 2 identical symbols in a row, and if we find 2 double signs, our prize is in for a boost. So first up, we've got a chest next to a bank, then we've got a golden key and the double sign. There's a wallet next to a stack of coins, then we got gold bars and a star. There's a flower. Can we find a flower here? No, it's a wallet. There's the bulging money bag next to gold bars, and our last chance on row 7. There's a cloud next to a money tree. So no win on the main game, but what about the cross fingers? Can we find them in the bonus box? No, not today. But will any of our old friends go out with a bang? Time to scratch and see. This is Weekend Winners. Hello, it's Stuart. So, the National Lottery closed a load of older games last week. That means some of our favourites will start disappearing from dispensers over the coming weeks. But even though they've pulled the plug, we've still got 6 months to claim any prizes. So today's a bit of a farewell tour as we play some of the games that still had jackpots waiting to be won when the shutters came down. And on the £100 loaded, there were 314 top prizes left to be found, so could it be hiding on card 104? We're looking for the matching symbols. So first up, we've got a bank next to a flower, then we've got a double sign. Let's leave that there to sweat a little bit. There's a star next to gold bars, then we've got a money bag and a wallet. There's a diamond. What's next to it? A shiny star. There's the money tree and the bank that we needed in row 1. And then we've got a gold bar next to a stack. So can we find another double sign on row 2? No, it's a money bag. But what about the cross fingers? Are they hiding in the bonus box? No, it's a wad of cash. So 2 out of 2, both duds. It's all come down to this, the last chance forever on the £100 loaded. So can we get a winner? There's a diamond next to a pot of gold. Then we've got a stack of coins next to a flower. Next up, it's a golden key next to a star. Where are the matching pairs? There we are. Row 4, come on, have another double sign there. There's a pot of gold next to a chest. Then we've got a rainbow next to a golden key. And our last chance, there's a star. What's next to it? It's a bank. So, can we find another double symbol here? No, it's gold bars. So, could the bonus game rescue card 105? No, it's a house. So that's it. The £100 loaded bows out without a win. Well, let's see if Cats vs Dogs has a parting gift instead. When this one closed, there was still one jackpot of 50 grand waiting to be sniffed out. So can we get our paws on it today by matching with either Oliver or Ella, or finding the overflowing doggy bowl for a tenner? So are we going to do it? Right, first up, we have got, there you are, Mikey. Next to Mikey, we have got Gizmo. And on the next row, there's Baxter. We're looking for Ella or Oliver. There's Sunny. Not a very sunny cat, is it? There's Poppy. Then we've got Miley. And there's Oliver. We've got a winner. Brilliant. Can we add to it? No, that's Peanut. So we have got the one win. Is it £2? Is it more? There's the little zeros. Yeah. It's a refund from card 66. So, can we go back to back and win something even bigger on card 67? We're looking for Casper or Felix. First up, we have got Ella. We needed her on the last card. There's Baxter. Then we've got Morris. Next to Morris is Oliver, also on our last card. There's Bailey. Then we've got Miley again. There's Lola, and our last chance to get another winner. No, it's Sunny. So we've just got one more card to go before Cats vs Dog is put in the doghouse for good. Can we hunt down Poppy or Bailey? Well, first up, we have got Ella. Next to Ella is Miley. Then we have got Gizmo. There's Felix. We need Poppy as our cat. There's Baxter. We're looking for Bailey as the pooch. There's Oliver. And our last 2 chances. There's Salem. What's here? No, it's Sunny. So that's the end of Cats vs Dogs. No sign of that overflowing doggy bowl. I never did find it, But if you ever got a nice win on this card, let me know in the comments. Right, we're climbing the jackpot ladder now with the money match bonus. And just like cats versus dogs, there's still one jackpot waiting to be claimed, so can we find the stuffed wallets and wads of cash exactly as shown in the prize table to win? So first up, we've got a clover. We won't win with that. There's a phone, not going to win there either. Neither on the holidays. There's a pot of gold. Our first chance of a winner. That's a wad of cash. Then we've got another wad of cash. And then we've got a speedboat. So just the 2 chances. Nope, we're not going to get a winner on row 5. What about row 6? No, it's the holidays. So, can we find the cross fingers in the bonus game? There's some rings, there's a case, and there's a golden cup. So, it's a dud. We're not having much luck on this farewell tour so far, but could card 88 turn it all around for us? And why don't we kick off with the bonus game? Can we find those cross fingers? Well, first up, we've got a pair of rings, next to a watch, and there's a case. Wow. Okay, in the main game, can we find the wads and wallets of cash? There's a phone. Finally, we've got a wallet next to a wad. There's another wad. Wow, 3 chances. That make it 4. Then we've got a pocket watch. And that's a wallet that makes it 5. So what are we going to find next to this? A wad of cash. So we could win there. But we're not going to win on row 3. Nor on row 4. But we could win on row 5. What about row 7? Yes, we could. Wow. Is this going to turn it around for us? So what are we finding here on row 2? Yes, it's a wad of cash. We've got ourselves a winner. Finally, so that's 4 quid for row 2. Can we find another wallet here for 2 quid? Yes, we can. It's another winner. Brilliant. So that's 6 quid so far. Can we find a wad of cash down here on row 7 to make it a tenner? Yes, we can. Brilliant, that's a boost to our winnings so far. Card 88 has bagged us £10. So, can we go back to back on our last ever money match bonus? In row 1, we have got a chest, so we won't win there. We're not going to win with the boat. We won't win with a pocket watch, but we could win with the wad of cash. There's a stuffed wallet. There's another stuffed wallet. And there's a helicopter. So we've got the 3 chances to win. What are we going to find here? Another wad of cash. That's good. Then we've got a wallet. Wow. And then row 6, there's gold bars. So still the 2 chances to win. If we find another wad of cash, we're winning £1,000. If we find a wallet, we're winning a tenner. And no, we find the VIP sign. So what about row 5? If we find another stuffed wallet, we're winning the jackpot. If we find a wad of cash, we're winning 20 quid. My bet is we'll find something completely else. And yeah, we find a holiday. So no win on the main game, but can we find those cross fingers for one last victory lap? Nope, that's a case. There's a car. There's a golden key. So that's the end of the money match bonus. No back-to-back win for us, but I can't complain. It's bowed out with a small profit. Well, now we're on to the £500 selection, and out of all the games that are closing, this is the one I'll miss most, as it gave me my biggest win of last year. And to be honest, it's a surprise it's got the axe, as there were still nearly 5,000 jackpots waiting to be won. But maybe we can make that one less by finding it on card number 2. As you know, we're looking for the chocolate seashells, or a tin of chocolate, to win all the prizes on the card. So first up, we've got some vanilla. There's a gift bag. But then we find a chocolate covered strawberry. I'll never be a fan of those. There's cocoa beans. There's an envelope. Then we've got caramel. Up next, it's a gift bag. Then we've got a ribbon. And there's some honeycomb. Then on the bottom 2 rows, we've got cocoa beans. There's an envelope. Can we find a chocolate seashell here? No, we've got a hamper. And then on the last row, that's more caramel. Next to a present and our last chance. No, we're ending on my least favourite, the chocolate covered strawberry. So how many times will that symbol crop up on card 3 when we just want the chocolate seashell? Or a tin of chocolates, of course. There's a mint and a present. Then we've got a gift bag. Can we find a winner here? No, that's vanilla. Then we've got a ribbon. There's more vanilla. There's cocoa beans. There's a card. And there's more cocoa beans. So what about the row below? There's a bunch of flowers. There's a gift bag. There's an envelope. And our last 3 chances on card 3. That's some mint. That's honeycomb. What have we got here? No, it's caramel. Well, at least we didn't get the chocolate covered strawberry. But will it turn up on my last ever £500 selection? when all we really want is one final chocolate seashell. So first up, we've got vanilla. There's cocoa beans. There's a gift bag. There's a hamper. There's some caramel. Where are the winners? There's cocoa beans. Wow, that's honeycomb. There's a card. There's another card. Then we've got a bunch of flowers. There's a hamper. There's a ribbon. There's an envelope. Oh, and there it is. Look, the chocolate covered strawberry. And our last chance. No, it's some vanilla. Well, that's the end of the £500 selection. No chocolate seashell this time. Just too many chocolate covered strawberries. If only that was the winning symbol. So, a bit of a flat send-off for the card that I'll miss the most, but we close our farewell tour with the £100,000 for a month. There was one jackpot still waiting to be won when they pulled the plug, so could it give us the perfect send-off? Well, in Game 1, we're looking to match with either the winning numbers or find the cross fingers for an instant win. So, our winning numbers are number 13, wow, come on, be lucky for us, and number 4, so will we have them? First up, 02, if only we could add 2 to that. There's another number 0 beginning with 0, have we got 4 next to it? No, it's 1 further away. There's 29, we won't win with that. And we're not going to win with 6, 2 away in the other direction. There's 23, wow, 10 up on what we want. There's 19, then we've got 12, 1 away from 13, and that last chance, 14, a number sandwich. So, can we get a win? On Game 2, we're looking for 2 identical symbols in a row. There's a bank next to a golden key. There's a stack of coins next to a helicopter. There's a camera next to the stack of coins we needed on the row above. There's a bulging money bag next to some keys. And there's a stuffed wallet. Can we find a stuffed wallet here? Yes, we can. We've got a winner. Brilliant, the 100k card could be going out with a bang, so can we get any more? On row 6, that's a rainbow next to a passport. Then we've got a pot of gold and a helicopter. There's the double symbol. Wow, can we find another one there? We'll find out in a second. There's a ship and a camera, and our last chance to add to those stuffed wallets. No, it's a VIP and a money bag. So, is there another double symbol hiding here on row 8? No, it's the keys. So, we've just got the one win on card 54. Is it £5? Is it more? There's the little zeros. Here's £10. Brilliant. We needed that. So can we go back to back on card 55? And why don't we start in Game 2? See if we can find some more matching pairs. So first up, we've got a chest next to a limo. There's some gold next to a helicopter. Then we've got a ruby and a vault. Well, the ruby belongs in a vault if you're not wearing it. There's a rainbow and keys. And then we've got a ship next to the double symbol. Over in row 6, it's a money bag next to a helicopter. There's another ruby and a VIP sign. Then we've got a pair of keys. What's next to it? A stack of coins. In row 9, we've got a suitcase and a bulging money bag. And row 10, it's a camera next to a ship. So, no win on Game 2, but can we find the cross fingers in Game 1? We have got, first up, the number 8. There's 29. There's the number 12. There's 24. Then we've got the number 18. There's number 4. There's number 1. So our last chance to find the cross fingers, no, is number 17. So we could still get a win by matching with the winning numbers. I reckon 16 or 19 will be one of them. Let's find out. First up, starts with a 2. So 29, 24 are our only options. And we've got 21. What about this one? No, so it starts with a 0. So 04, 08 or 01. And no, it's 02. So once again, we couldn't go back to back. That means we need something spectacular from our final ever £100,000 a month for a year if we're going to say goodbye with a profit. Will it do it? Well, if you've enjoyed this farewell tour, give it a like. And if you're not subscribed yet, hit that button so you don't miss our jackpot hunt week after week. Right then, can we get a match with the winning numbers? For one last time, it's 06 and the number 19. There's 13. We're not going to win with that. We're not going to win with number 4. Have we got 19 here? Nope. 17, 2 away. There's number 7. Blimey, 1 above 6. There's 11. There's 18. 1 away from 19. There's 02. Wow, what a tease. And then our last chance. No, that's 08. So, is Game 2 going to surprise us with a win? There's a pot of gold and a vault. Then we've got the double symbol. Let's leave that for now. There's a suitcase next to a ship. Then we've got a chest next to a limo. We've got a stack of coins and a VIP sign. So for one final time on the right hand side of the card, we've got a stack next to a suitcase. There's a stuffed wallet and a bank. Then we've got a ship and a passport. In row 9 it's a bank and a VIP sign. And then we've got a rainbow. Can we find a rainbow? No, we've got a helicopter. So all our hopes are pinned on this double symbol. Can we find another one? No, it's a pot of gold. So that's it. A proper send-off for some classic games we've played all year. We had £48 in play and won back 22. Not quite half, so not the grand farewell I was hoping for. If you want to see what's filling up the dispensers right now, check out my Hot Right Now playlist. The newest games are waiting for you there. So until next time, have a great weekend and play safe.